if I have not lost weight this week, I will start a riot. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am going to be doing a batch cook, and the reason why I'm sat in my car at the minute is because I'm also going to do a weigh-in results. So it is currently 8:52 in the morning on Friday the 23rd of October. Now Fridays mean one thing for me, and that is weigh day. So this week for me has been probably the first week in quite a number of weeks where I have stuck to plan 100%. And when I tell you that if I have not lost weight this week, I will start a riot. So, fingers crossed for everybody who is attending my class this morning. Yeah, so I thought I'd go through a little, some of the things, because I know that a lot of groups aren't actually back yet and are still doing the online classes. So if you aren't back at class yet, then I thought I'd just sort of run you through how mine works, just so that, I don't know, you might be interested. So we go in, we've got our books, hang on, it's in the glove box. So we go in with our books. You've got to take a pen with you. You put your own card in and you write your own details in. So it's the same as normal pretty much, except that you have to wear shoes. So, oh, and obviously your mask. There's been quite a lot of people complaining, or should I say whinging, about the fact that they have to wear shoes to get weighed in. Now I do understand it can affect your weight loss because shoes are heavy. Shoes can be heavy. Now it is about the choice that you make. So, and I have pretty much weighed all my shoes in the house, and these are the ones that I will be wearing for the foreseeable. Summer, winter, blizzard, snow, everything, I will be wearing these shoes. I'll show you the shoes that I am wearing. Shimmy back. Excuse the black socks because they don't go. These ones. Now, I know what you're thinking, that these shoes look really chunky and really heavy because they're trainers. Well, them trainers are actually from Primark, and they, I think, were about £10. They only weigh minimum. I think they're basically made of foam. So these, to my surprise, were my lightest shoes. So these are what I'm wearing for weigh-ins. In mine you also have to sanitize on the way in, and the chairs are distanced apart from each other, so it's perfectly safe. It is also a one-way system, so you're okay. It is a less than nice day here in Newcastle. It is currently raining and very grey outside, so not predicting a very nice day. If you do enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up and go and hit that subscribe button below, and also leave a comment to let me know what you would like to see from me next, or message me on Instagram, which I will leave here, and also a link in the description bar to that as well. So I am going to go and get weighed, and I will let you know the results. Let's pray. So I am back from group now, and I lost 3 pounds. Members of the public are safe. Yeah, really happy with it actually. So I'm gonna go back in the house now. I'm just sat outside. I don't really know why I'm filming this outside when I've got a perfectly warm house to do things like this in, but you know, change of scenery and things. Yeah, I'm gonna go in the house now, and I'm gonna have a look and see what food I've got in before I decide what I'm gonna batch cook, and then if there's anything I haven't got, I'm gonna nip to Tesco's, get it, and then start batch cooking. So, but I'll skip all that part because it's boring. Without further ado, we'll get on to the batch cooking. So for the first part of my batch cook, I am going to be making 2 soups. So the first one is going to be a plain ham soup, and the second is going to be a tomato soup. So I'll show you what I'm using in them. So for the plain ham soup, all I'm using is I've got some 3 potatoes, like 1 medium size and 2 smallish ones, some garden peas which I just got from Aldi, a vegetable stock cube, and some Danish ham. So this works out as sin-free. For the tomato soup, we've got some really weird ingredients, but trust me, it works. So we've got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, a tin of baked beans, these are the Aldi ones, a vegetable stock cube, a tin of sliced carrots, and then you use 3 pickled onions. You also use a little bit of water as well in there, so yeah. But I'm going to start by peeling the potatoes and get this one on first. So I usually use about half a bag of peas. This one is, well, 907, but roughly 500 grams, like half a bag in there. Followed by the potatoes, and then the vegetable stock. So then you turn that on and then literally let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until the potatoes are soft. So next I'm going to start the tomato soup, and that is literally the same. You just put all the ingredients in the pan, leave it to simmer, and then blend it. So I'm just going to leave both of them to simmer there for 15 to 20 minutes. Right, so these have been simmering away for a little bit, and the potatoes on here you can just stab. So I'm just going to leave them there to cool now for a little bit so that they aren't too hot to blend. Whilst those are cooling down, I'm going to cut this up into small chunks. I'm going to put half of it into the mixture and then leave the other half to put in to mix in afterwards. So I'm going to pour it into my blender as best I can without spilling it, and then blend it up. Sometimes, depending on how thick I like it, I might add a little bit of extra water into there. These are the containers that I'm going to be using. I got these from Costco. Now, there used to be way more than this, but I don't know if you're the same, but I just lose these all the time. I have no idea where they go. So I think I've also got more containers than I do lids, but never mind. So yeah, I'm going to pour my soup into there and then start blending the tomato soup. I'm just going to add the other half of my chopped ham into there and mix it in. So that's the plain ham soup done. Now I know that it doesn't look the most appetizing, but honestly it tastes so nice. That is probably about 4 portions there, so like half the tub per portion. I'll usually freeze one and then keep one in the fridge and have it over a couple of days. And now I'll blend this one up. So there we have our portions of soup done. I'm just going to leave them to cool down before putting them in the fridge or the freezer. I'll do the same with the tomato soup as I do with the plain ham soup, where I'll put one in the freezer and leave one out, and then I'll probably alternate days as to which one I eat for lunch. But yeah, that is 8 portions. So for the next part, I am going to be making a chicken curry and a bolognese. So I'm basically just going to be doing like the main part of it, and then you would add like, so for the bolognese you can either add your rice later on, and same with the chicken curry actually. Sometimes I add cauliflower rice if I'm wanting to have like a slightly lighter day, like less carbs. But yeah, so we'll crack on with them. So despite the fact that this is a meal prep video, I didn't prep properly, and I didn't get the freezer out the chicken. I didn't get the chicken out the freezer last night, so it's still a little bit frozen. It has been defrosting all morning, but so yeah, so I'm going to defrost the chicken in the microwave, but I would recommend that you just take it out the night before if you do freeze your chicken. So for the bolognese, these are the ingredients. I'm going to be using meat-free mince, just because I prefer it, but you can use the 5% fat mince if you wanted to use proper meat. This is a 454 gram bag, so I guess, so roughly 500 grams of the mince. Then I've got 2 vegetable stock cubes, and that'll make up to 1 litre. 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, these are the 400g ones, 2 tins of black beans, and these are the 400g ones as well. I've got some Worcester sauce, and the JD seasonings, Bolognese seasoning. Now I use this loads, so it just adds so much flavour. You can actually get, I'll leave a link in the bottom for their website, but you can use the code JessGets20 to get 20% off your order with these. I'll leave the link to the website below. So as a running theme to my recipes, I'm just going to be adding all of these ingredients into a pan and leave to simmer. Apologies for the noise in the background, it's just the kettle boiling, but I'm going to be using some spray oil, and I'm just going to cook through, because this is frozen, I'm just going to cook this through a little bit before adding the rest of the ingredients. I've got to mention as well, I'm going to be draining these, so you don't just put this in, you have to drain them first to get rid of the water. So I'm going to be adding 4 tablespoons of the Worcester sauce. Because this serves 4, I'm going to be adding the whole thing in. So I'm just going to move this whilst it's cooking to the back of the hob, and I'm going to start the chicken curry. So this is all I'm going to be using for the chicken curry. Now you can totally add in whatever ingredients you want, but this is how I like to have mine. So I've got my chicken breast there, which I'm going to chop up, some mushrooms, I put some peas in mine, and I use the Mayflower curry sauce because is this not the best curry sauce ever for it not being a takeaway. So I'm going to start off by chopping up my chicken into chunks. Next I'm just going to chop the mushrooms up just into slices. Just cooking off the chicken first before adding the rest of my ingredients. So I'm going to be making this in a separate pan. So I've worked out on the back that for 30 grams you need 130 mils of water. So I'm going to be timesing that by 4, just because I'm trying to make 4 portions. So it's turned out that I didn't have quite enough left, but 114 grams is pretty close. I'm going to add in the mushrooms and peas to this now. So for the curry sauce, I know that looks absolutely disgusting in a minute, but you just add that into the pan and just continuously stir it until it thickens. It is quite easy. So this is what it looks like when it first goes in. Looks a bit better than what it did in the pan. I usually just constantly stir it. If I find any lumps, then I just kind of like crush them to the side, but eventually it should start thickening up. So this is what it will now look like once it's starting to thicken, and you can just either leave it like this or keep it going until it's really thick, but I think I will take mine off the heat now. So now I'm just going to be adding the curry sauce into there and mixing it round. So now that you've got your curry there, I'm just going to separate it into those tubs again, and this should hopefully be starting to thicken up a little bit. So that's the chicken curries done. Again, you can make 4 portions out of this. The only thing that's sinned in there is the curry sauce, and it is 4 sins per portion. Right, now that this has thickened up, it's actually been on for about maybe 40 minutes. Just took a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to, but I'm just going to serve this up into the containers as well. So that is now the end of my batch cooking. So we've managed to make, so if you make 4 portions of this, so that's 8, 16, so that's 20 meals, but I reckon you could probably get 3 portions out of this. It just depends on how much you want, but 20 to 26 meals I don't think is too bad. So I need to just interrupt this as I'm editing it because I am starting to wonder whether I ever went to school. You get 16 meals out of what I've made there, and if you can get another couple of portions out of the Bolognese, you can probably get 18. 16 to 18 meals. Where I got 20 to 26 from, I've got no idea. Back to the video. So I'll probably put this in the freezer, both of these. I'll leave one of each of these out, and I'll probably leave one of these out and then freeze the rest. I always feel like I can stay on track way better when I've batch cooked, because it's there for us in the freezer and there's no excuse really. So that is now the end of this week's video. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up and go and hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below, let me know if you make any of these meals. The links for all of them will be in the description bar below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.